Morning, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday, the 21st
Morning.
of June, 2022. First day of summer. Everywhere else, we celebrate the first day of summer like early February here. But we're going to talk about this, this notion, if you will. Luke Combs threw out his Mount Rushmore of all music styles, and it wasn't all country. So we're going to do the same thing here in just a minute.
Yeah, it can be all country, but
doesn't have to be any country.
You time. It's us time. It's Tim Bendenbrook along with Barrel Boy. And interesting that Luke Combs put out a Mount Rushmore of all forms of music. We'll see who was on his list, and we'll tell you who ours would be next. Hello.
Morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, Chris. Let's see. I can't think of who my fourth face would be on my Mount Rushmore. I've got.
That's tough, isn't it? It's tough.
it's really tough.
Yeah.
And is there going to be pressure if you pick yours first or you go first and you put somebody on there that I want or Brooke wants?
I think, Ben, you and I only run the risk of having the same person.
I don't know.
You and I, well, I don't think Tim and I will, and I don't think Beryl and I will.
But is it okay to have the same people?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
It's not a draft.
Yeah, it's not a draft. That's a good point. Yeah.
I think musically, Ben, you and I probably have the most similar. I don't know.
You need a pause here, Mr. Hattrick.
I don't know. So it's hard to say.
Hmm.
Tim and I overlap in.
There's one
Certain.
possible that you and I are going to have.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. I know no one. I know for a fact, no one is going to have two of mine.
Oh, you're right. Because you're going to go boy band.
No, that's not. Listen, that's not Mount Rushmore. That's like my childhood and like nostalgia. But musically, or the Backstreet Boys deserve to be on the. No. This is like Holy Grail, best, greatest of all time. Your favorite.
And we got the talk back.
Jerome, it was great. Midwest, nicest people. I love it. I loved it.
Can you keep your Phoenix weather out of How hot is it in KY today? Which is, pretty close to Nashville and Tennessee. And my mom is just complaining about how hot it
Ben,
is.
why don't you backsell this?
The G-Man with an all-time favorite. Unanswered prayers, 1025 KNIX.
I always think of that scene from, was it Bruce Almighty, Jim Carrey, where he plays God?
Yeah.
And he starts writing down prayer requests on Post-it pads. And then pretty soon his entire house is filled with Post-it pads of unanswered prayer requests. So talk about Luke Combs. He put out there on his social media his Mount Rushmore of his favorite musicians of all kinds of music, not just country.
Yeah, it didn't have to be country. And one of them surprised me, but first he went with country, Eric Church. That's his dude, right?
Uh-huh.
Then he went with Vince Gill.
Yeah.
Which Vince Gill's great. It just kind of surprised me.
Mhm.
And then Elton John and Billy Joel.
Okay.
Or if he had to pick, that's who he'd go with. And then he said that if he could do a duet with anybody in the world, he'd pick Adele.
Oh, poor Dan and Shay. They want to do a duet with Adele so badly.
And they tweet her all the time. They comment on all her Instagrams, and she hasn't responded. And if Luke Combs gets the duet over them, oh, I feel so bad.
Poor Dan and Shay.
Vince Gill, that's an interesting choice, though. But I saw Vince Gill recently. Eric Clapton has this special, of guitar gods that he forms a concert and makes this
Right.
concert. And Vince Gill was on the bill. He was and Vince Gill's like the token country guy, right? He blew everybody off the stage.
He's one of those guys that
amazing.
Could sing. He wrote great songs, but also could play guitar like a witch.
Yeah.
He's really good. I mean, we're gonna pick our favorite Mount Rushmore music acts from every form of music, including country. Who wants to go first?
You. Let's go. Tim, Ben, Brooke, Beryl.
All right. My Mount Rushmore would include the guy we just played, Garth. I'd have to put Garth up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not only just for his music, his showmanship, but he also changed my life. I told him that once when we were talking to him right before he did his Vegas show. And I just said, hey, I want to thank you because you were so good at what you did. It allowed me to have this career, and it really changed things for me when we started playing country music, thanks to Garth Brooks. So Garth is up there. James Taylor. James Taylor. Another one for me.
Good one.
Also on my Mount Rushmore of all forms of music, Paul McCartney.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
The other day I heard Band on the Run, and I probably went back and listened to it 50 times. It's such an interesting song. And so Paul McCartney's up there for me. And my last one, the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, just Paul McCartney's songwriting, he writes songs in his sleep. Let It Be came to him in a dream. That's pretty remarkable.
And your husband didn't know that, did he?
No.
Let it be.
All right. So, Ben, let's hear your Mount Rushmore.
Okay. I'm going to start off with the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley.
All right.
And then I'm going to go John Lennon of the Beatles. And country, so you pick Garth. I'm going to pick George Strait.
Okay.
Love George. And then I'm going to close it out with Eddie Van Halen.
Oh,
all right.
Greatest guitar player ever, in my opinion.
All right.
Up to you, Brooke.
In no particular order, I would put John Mayer. I love John Mayer. He's such an underrated guitarist. Continuum is one of the best albums of all time. My formative years were spent listening to him. Then I would pick Fleetwood Mac, in particular Stevie Nicks. So I guess Stevie Nicks, I'd say.
Well, their faces are going to be a little smaller because there's so many of them. So
right.
So they know.
And then people may roll their eyes at this one, but Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah.
When Paul McCartney calls her the greatest songwriter of this generation.
I get that.
Yeah, come on. And then my favorite, the Eagles. I'm putting them all up there.
Jeez, we're going to need more mountain.
But can I?
Out of mountain.
So the actual Mount Rushmore was talking about adding a fifth. They were talking about adding Reagan at one point. Yeah. So my add-on would be Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
That she has to be there.
Right.
Okay, that's all.
Okay.
All right.
With Dolly Parton would have to use the Grand Teton. Hello. Hello. Come on now. All right, Barrel Boy.
I'm going to go with Garth.
Yep.
I'm going to go with Eric Church.
Of course. Yep.
I'm going to go with Slash of Guns N' Roses.
Wow.
Oh.
Interesting.
And I'm going to go with Eminem.
Really?
Respect.
Yep.
Respect for Eminem.
Yep.
The real Slim Shady. All right. Listen, you can chime in with yours at 833-577-KNIX. Who would you put on your Mount Rushmore of all kinds of music? Also, this is perfect for the talkback feature, which is the little red microphone. When you're listening on the iHeartRadio app to KNIX, just click that microphone and leave us a quick message, and we'll find out who you would. We're going to need more mountain ranges here. What if we turn Camelback Mountain into like a little mini Mount Rushmore? I think that'd be kind of cool.
Someone is going to pick Ben in his weekend review.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. Duh. Also, we'll get the results of our draft yesterday of fashion trends we'd like to see go away forever. It's all Tim, Ben, and Brooke this morning. Okay. So...
Make it.
We should post these on the blog.
The blog.
The blog or Instagram, one of the two.
Okay. I will
it's in the blog. You could do a swipe up to it. Okay. Or a link to.
Here, if you need them.
Yeah.
back in the USSR.
I just watched that on the plane. I watched the movie yesterday.
Oh yeah, great movie. Great movie.
Yesterday.
My favorite part is when he's singing yesterday, and no one knows what it is, and they're like, "That's good." He's like, "Good. It's the greatest song ever written. What do you mean?" And then
like,
the girl goes, "That's no Coldplay. It's not Coldplay. It's not Fix You."
But that movie is so dead on, because if the Beatles came out today, would they be as big as they were?
We had this whole
Not even close.
We had this whole discussion.
I don't know, but because music has changed, they'd be like, where's the techno beat?
Yeah.
No, so
Paul
we talked
and
about this
John.
on air, and I think you're right. If it was the exact same, it sounds old, right? In 2020, if Ed Sheeran took those songs and Ed Sheeranized them, they'd be number ones. Yesterday, 100%.
Yeah, it would. You're
Let
right.
it be. You mean you got to add some drum kick loop he does in there, but yeah, 100%. Probably not back in the USSR. That probably wouldn't be number one, but definitely would.
But but the reverse
Silver Hammer.
Yeah.
The reverse side of the coin, like take who's a song from today, if you took it back and put it in the 70s, people would be like, huh?
Well, yeah, because there's so many like references that iPhone, text back, people wouldn't understand.
What do you think if Kanye West came out with came out in the 70s? It would go nowhere.
Right, because there wasn't rap.
No, people would be like, this
But
sucks.
if you took like an Ed Sheeran song and stylized it like he's very much a 70s singer-songwriter stripped. I've seen him acoustic. He's a British James Taylor. I mean, if you think about it. So if you strip down one of Ed Sheeran's songs, put it in the 70s, it'd be number one.
Could be. He had a lot of he'd have a lot of competition though,
No, it's true. Yeah. I think same with Taylor Swift.
I don't get that. I mean, I like Taylor Swift, but she wears high heels, I wear t-shirts.
Okay.
She's cheer captain, I'm on the bleachers.
You sound like Brian. This is what I'll say. She was
really?
16. I mean, for a 16-year-old, that's a catchy pop song. She obviously grew and improved in her songwriting, but 1989, come on.
You're right. 1989 was
because she was 20, 4 or 5 at the time. But when you're 16, what else are you going to write about?
That's true.
I think for a 16-year-old, it's good.
And the Beatles were poppy, and when they came out,
absolutely. I want to hold your hand.
Mm-hmm.
I like the pop Beatles better than the acid Beatles.
In a song you just mentioned Kanye, and I'm like, what Kanye songs do I like? I like Heartless, and I like
When It All Falls Down.
Welcome to the Good Life.
Oh, I thought this one would pop on the talkback.
Gino, you're rubbing it in.
Yeah, Taylor Swift is so polarizing, like especially since she got political. I totally get it. And I don't think she has the best voice. She can't hold a candle to Adele or Carrie Underwood. It's just the songwriting.
But her shows are incredible.
Great.
Yeah.
Phenomenal songwriting.
Now I'm thinking it through. Well, let's see. We were going to
Elton John. He might have made my list. I'm going to see him in November.
Yeah, Elton John's a hard one not to pick. I mean, Billy Joel is good, but I think Elton John's
Me too.
changed the music business more. I mean,
yeah.
I told you I went to see him 20 years ago now. And he wore me out. It was like all his number one songs. It'll last 6 hours, you know?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Okay, let me. What was his first hit? Your song? That was the first number one, right? Wasn't it?
I think so.
Ben would know that.
Backsail this broken.
Luke Bryan played again. 1025 KNIX. We're Tim, Ben, and Brooke. Thank you for listening.
And we're getting a lot of, comments on our stream on KNIX Country Facebook, where we stream every morning. You can look in on the show, see what we do behind the scenes. And a lot of people talking about their favorite picks for the Mount Rushmore of all kinds of music. You can do it there. You can call us at 833-577-KNIX or hit the talkback button on the iHeart Radio app. Some more questions also about our KNIX Secret Show. Are we going to be doing ticket stops where you can come out and meet us face to face? Yes, we will. But also several times a day, including coming up straight up at 8 o'clock, you can win your tickets to KNIX Secret Show number 10. And come out and join all your friends from the KNIX family. We'll find out who it is all at once when they put the curtain up for KNIX Secret Show. All right. Is that the one that came in earlier? Oh, we got a new one. Do.
Ho ho.
Hello, Tim, Ben, and Brooke, and Barrel Boy. I would pick Ben, of course. He's always good with those.
Is he Ben Affleck?
No.
Wait, what? Okay.
Told you someone would pick Ben.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michelle, and I think that on my Mount Rushmore, I would put Garth, Jim Morrison, of the Doors, Maren Morris, because I think she's been fantastic with women's country music, and then Rivers Cuomo from Weezer.
What was the last one?
Rivers Cuomo, the lead singer of Weezer. That is, I will say, that is the most eclectic list.
Hi, my name is Michelle, and on my Mount Rushmore, I would, and I think that
Okay.
on my Mount Rushmore, I would put Garth, Jim.
Who?
Jim Morrison.
Nice.
Mojo Rising.
Of the Doors.
Actually, Jim Morrison of the Doors, like Ben said. John Lennon of the Beatles.
You have to clarify.
All right, we got to talk back. That's the little red microphone when you're listening on the iHeart Radio app to KNIX Country. You can click it and talk back to us. And Michelle wanted to chisel out her Mount Rushmore of all music forms.
Hi, my name is Michelle, and I think that on my Mount Rushmore, I would put Garth, Jim Morrison, of the Doors, Maren Morris, because I think she's been fantastic with women's country music, and then Rivers Cuomo from Weezer.
From Weezer.
That might be the most eclectic Mount Rushmore I've ever heard. If you can beat that, please call us.
Call us or hit the talkback button on the iHeart Radio app. It's 1025 KNIX. Here is one of the busts from that Mount Rushmore. Maren Morris Circles Around This Town, her latest on 102.5 KNIX. I was going to play Jim Morrison, but...
Well, how do you think he'd feel being beside her? You know? Think he'd like that, or?
Garth,
Look at that.
Nirvana, and Rascal Flatts. That is
Toby Keith,
awesome.
Urban, and Meatloaf.
Okay.
Johnny D would do anything for love.
Ben, how do you feel about being on Johnny D's Mount Rushmore? That's pretty awesome.
I am very flattered, Johnny. Johnny. Hey. He's on mine.
Weezer. Who redoes all the songs? Like Africa.
Weezer.
Is that Weezer?
Yeah.
Oh. Weezer.
They made that a popular song again, didn't they?
Can I? Yeah. Yeah, they did.
All the kids were.
My kids danced to it at Rachel's wedding. Yeah. Oh, good. See? She's going to use this question at a work meeting.
I would 100% use this on a first date.
Okay.
It would tell you a lot about the person. I mean, if
what would Brian's answers have been?
Well, he didn't know any country music, so he couldn't have come up with 4 people. And guess what? That would have told me a lot about him.
Well, Nickelback would have been on there.
Oh, yeah.
Did he want to go to the Nickelback show? Is he a fan, or did he just go, okay, I'm going to go along for the ride?
No, Lizzie's a fan. Don't ask me why. And she went with her. It was her birthday. And she went with her brother, and her brother's Brian's best friend. So Brian's like, sure, yeah, I know their songs.
And how did he enjoy it?
He said that it was good, but they kept making reference to how everyone hated them. And he goes, they should have just not, because it made it awkward. They were talking about how much they were hated. And kind of just.
You're right. And the place was the place was packed, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
That's like, these are all your fans.
Right. Just to stop.
Yeah.
The Dixie, Natalie Maines had to be put on vocal rest. So.
Good.
Well, there was
Easy, man. Natalie Maines.
Janine, you can put whoever you want to on the Mount Rushmore. I feel like no one agreed with my John Mayer, but that's all right. I love John Mayer so much. You got to give Continuum a listen, Tim.
Another decent guitar player.
Decent. He's amazing. He tours with the Dead.
So
no, he
and your point?
Yeah.
He's legit. He's
what did the I forget it. What did the hippie say when he finally came down from acid?
What?
God, the Grateful Dead sucks.
I like the Grateful Dead because when I was in college, everybody was into them. So I learned a lot of their songs. They've got a very country, kind of bluegrassy vibe to them.
Yeah. Thank you, Georgianne. Yes, it was awesome. It was a lot of fun, and Bo Baby was very happy to see me.
Where does Huey Lewis and the News fit on Mount Rushmore?
I don't know. I just remember in Nashville, we did you remember the riverboat, the RCA riverboat?
Yep.
It was the Ben and Brian show. We hosted the riverboat. You hosted it one year. We hosted it one year.
Yeah.
And Huey Lewis was there and performed with Phil Vassar. That was the highlighted. That was the encore.
Working for a living.
Everybody went completely nuts. But I was up on stage doing my shtick, doing impressions and voices. And I got off stage and Huey Lewis was like, dude, you killed it. That was really great.
Yeah.
Like that. almost made my life.
I tell you what, I saw Huey Lewis when the album Sports came out. You know, that was the heart of rock and roll is still beating. I saw him at a bar at McClintock and Southern. Okay. Alexander, the Mount Rushmore question. Luke Combs said he would put on his Mount Rushmore of all music, Vince Gill, Eric Church. Who else?
So Huey Lewis was on my favorite TV show of all time. He was on One Tree Hill. Like,
was he?
A lot. He was my favorite character's father.
He was in Back to the Future as well. Ben, back sell this real quick.
The Zach Brown Band, Knee Deep, 1025 KNIX. Think Zach could be on our Mount Rushmore?
It would take a lot of mountain. It's going to use up the whole mountain.
That's
So,
true.
Put
A
the
lot
whole
of people.
band on there,
yeah. Somebody on the stream is asking, can we put Weird Al up there? Asking for a friend. I don't think so. We're out of granite for that. We'll get to more of your suggestions for the Mount Rushmore of all forms of music with Tim Benenbrook, 1025 KNIX. Okay. Hey, Dan, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, how's it going today?
It's going great.
Awesome. So, yeah, I wanted to call about the Mount Rushmore. I got some good ones.
Okay. Who'd you put up there?
All right. So, you got Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah, for just his overall performing ability. He's the best. And then you got Prince.
That's a good one.
Wow, yeah.
And less controversial than Michael.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And then I would say Reba.
All right.
Yes.
Definitely got to have Reba up there for what she's done for country music. And then it's just my own personal favorite, my first concert I ever went to, but Bon Jovi.
Not bad.
That's a good Mount Rushmore.
Bon Jovi.
All right.
I love it. Thank you, Dan. Thanks for calling us. Have a good day, buddy.
I appreciate it. You guys too.
All right.
I thought he was going to go. I'd go Michael Jackson, R. Kelly,
Bill Cosby.
and Jerry Lee Lewis. So terrible.
Awful. It's terrible, Tim. You're just a terrible person.
Hey, how's it going? Awesome. So, yeah, I wanted to call about the Mount Rushmore. I got some good ones.
Okay. Who'd you put?
Awesome. So, yeah.
I'm going to open my talking about somebody on the stream is going to use this at a meeting, kind of kick off a meeting today.
Yeah.
You can talk about
Date.
first date question.
Awesome. So, yeah, I wanted to call about.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. 1025 KNIX, today's best country and all-time favorites. And we're talking in reaction to Luke Combs saying who he would put on his Mount Rushmore of all kinds of music. Billy Joel, Elton John, Eric Church, and Vince Gill. So we picked all of ours, and it's caused you all to chime in, on our talkback feature and also on the phone. And in fact, Dan is hanging on. Welcome to KNIX, Dan. Dan, are you there? Yeah.
Awesome. So, I wanted to call about the Mount Rushmore. I got some good ones.
Okay. Who'd you put up there?
All right. So, you got Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah, for just his overall performing ability. He's the best. And then you got Prince.
That's a good one.
Wow, yeah.
And less controversial than Michael.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sure.
And then I would say Reba.
All right.
Yes.
Definitely got to have Reba up there for what she's done for country music. And then it's just my own personal favorite, my first concert I ever went to, but Bon Jovi.
Hey, not bad.
That's a good Mount Rushmore.
Bon Jovi.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you for calling with that. This somebody on the stream said they're going to use this question to open up a meeting today, like a good icebreaker at a meeting. That'd be great.
This is a great question for a first date. I always say, ask them their favorite band. So ask them who'd be on their Mount Rushmore of country music, last book they read, and their favorite president of all time. Everything you need to know about that person.
Very sneaky way to know their political affiliation.
Well, sometimes you got to know.
These are also the kind of questions they ask you when you're in a jury pool as they're trying to pick jurors, prospective jurors. Yeah. Just sort of random questions like once on a jury pool, what bumper sticker do you have on your car? And so, because that would indicate if you're going to, commit to something on the bumper or the back window of your car, then you feel pretty strongly about it, right?
Right. But what if you have like a coexist sticker with like an NRA sticker and then you just
with Calvin peeing on it all?
Right.
I don't know.
It's confusing.
You can chime in on our talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app or give us a ring here. We're going to get you the results of yesterday when we did our draft, kind of similar. We were asking what are the fashion trends we don't want to see coming back. We'll get those results coming up at 7:55. And right after that, tickets to KNIX Secret Show number 10 from Tim, Ben, and Brooke and 102.5 KNIX.
KNIX Reg Check.
Baho.
I like being up there with Michael Jackson. That's real good.
Johnny Winters, Les Claypool, James Jamerson, and Lindsay L. Lindsay L., that dude can shred.
So you're telling me Lindsey Buckingham is a dude and Stevie Nicks is a girl?
See Alice Cooper. And Molly Hatchet.
That's a trigger for me. I got to go.
Let's tell the story while she's gone. Brooke, back in her rock days, had to do a bar night where the band was Molly Hatchet.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see Molly Hatchet. She's great. I'm a huge fan of hers."
Maddie, Ben had Elvis up there. Not a bad pick either.
Yeah, I mean, do I listen to a lot of Elvis? But he just was a pioneer,
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, nobody was like him.
I
and what a voice.
Yeah, if you think of no idea who Elvis is, not really rock and roll yet, and then boom.
Yeah, he kind of changed the game. So
a BB
King, I saw him at Ole Miss back in 1988. And he was awesome.
Let me get this here.
What's the best concert you've ever seen, Tim? I think you've told me before. Was it like Earth, Wind, and Fire? Oh, no, they didn't come because their astrology.
I had tickets in high school to see Earth, Wind, and Fire, and they canceled because their astrology was bad.
Yeah. Said no for them.
Let's see. Well, it depends on how you rate it. like the best big time show, Garth, when he played the stadium pre-pandemic. In-person concert, like I saw Johnny Cash at Graham Central Station. That was awesome. Huey Lewis it was a bar called Cowboys. That was amazing. So a little bit like seeing the KNIX Secret Show, you're seeing somebody huge in a small place.
Yeah. I'm going to say the Eagles.
Oh, the Eagles, hell freezes over.
When they first came back, and there was
you're right.
So much anticipation to see them.
94?
Yeah, and they came out, and it was just 3 hours of hits.
That's right. And it was just like, we didn't know because they'd been gone forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I say the Eagles were the last, one of the last super acts before MTV. So their songs were everywhere, but we didn't necessarily know what they looked like. And Sun Devil Stadium, it was a monsoon storm night, so it was cool and windy. And just from the first note of Welcome to the Hotel California, I'm like, crap, Don Henley's playing the drums and lead singing. This is crazy. It was so good. It was amazing.
I always say, man, the best part of a concert is a good opening.
Yeah.
If you have a good opening, it makes it the most memorable thing.
Yeah.
And that was one of the coolest openings because I just remember it was Rupp Arena, Lexington, Kentucky, where the Wildcats play. And the place went completely dark and the crowd goes nuts. Yeah. And you see these glow sticks. They're all wearing like glow necklaces. You just see the necklaces coming on stage and you know they're getting ready. And all of a sudden this lightning bolt just, you see this laser of lightning come down and it just bam right into Hotel California. And the lights go up and it was just
on a
goosebumps.
Highway. Yeah, that might be the best. You're right.
What about Tim McGraw Set This Circus Down? Do you remember that?
I remember that when he came out
on the bus.
Of the crowd. Yeah.
And did Tiny Dancer?
Yeah.
That was pretty amazing.
Double L just responded.
Oh yeah?
Her Mount Rushmore. Garth.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. Keith Urban. John Mayer.
There you go.
John, that's so funny.
Those are bad. Keith Urban was in the running for me for a little while because, of all those things.
Oh, Jim, that's a really good draft idea. I like that. Jim has written our liners. He's coming up with draft content. I think he needs to be on the payroll. I think we should do that.
I'm going to throw HR Puffin stuff.
HR Puffin stuff.
Six Flags Over Georgia. HR performed. I was 4. And I remember it.
Oh, God. My very first concert, I think, was the Doobie Brothers at Tempe Diablo Stadium. And someone handed me a doobie. I didn't know what it was. I'm like, why are they passing a cigarette around? This is weird.
Ben, you'd like this. I think one of the best concerts, most energy and most fun were the Black Crows.
I could see that.
You like the Black Crows, right?
I do. I like Chris Robinson. I think he's got a great voice.
I love the Black Crows.
He's a rock star.
Yeah, he's one of the last. I mean, Foo Fighters in Atlanta. Got to put them on maybe number 1. When they break into There Goes My Hero, like, I don't know how many people were there, 50,000? Crazy.
I saw JT and Jay-Z at the whatever.
I've seen JT. He puts on a good show.
Pasadena.
But you saw NSYNC. I never saw NSYNC.
Yeah.
How was Joey Fatone?
Well, he saw him in their peak, their prime, right? Didn't you?
What's that?
You saw NSYNC in their in the prime.
At the first concert I saw at Chase Field.
What year was it?
2004, 5 maybe?
No. They broke up. Had to be 2002 or below.
Probably.
That's peak NSYNC. 2001, peak NSYNC. The highest, no strings attached, bye, bye, bye. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous.
It was JC Chavez in NSYNC?
Chazé, yeah.
Chazé?
Yep.
I met him once. He came into the radio station in Washington, D.C.
That's cool.
He was cool.
July
He was
18th,
nice.
2001.
Yep. That's the absolute peak. You cannot get any more.
Here's their set list. First song, Pop.
Dirty
Then
Pop. Dirty Pop.
Tearing Up My Heart, I Want You Back. God Must Have Spent a Little More Time on You. Let's see.
Bye. Do they end with?
Their 8th song was It's Gonna Be May. They did No Strings Attached. And their last song.
Bye, bye, bye.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Here's what it sounded like. It's just all I was screaming. It was a terrible show. I mean, it was a terrible sounding show.
Right.
And they were, imagine you're in great seats for a baseball game, but the stage is out in the middle of center field up against the wall. So they're way the heck out there and there's nobody on the field.
Yeah, I went to a One Direction show and all I could hear was just melting down.
Yeah.
So I was going around the house. I don't know. I was in 5th grade when that album came out.
Yeah.
4th, I don't know. And I was going around singing, and I would give everything I own. I'm like, my mom's like, are you singing Bread? You're 11. What's happening? Well, they covered that song on one of their albums, and I thought it was their song. And she's like, why is my 10-year-old singing Bread?
Who did?
NSYNC covered Everything I Own, and I thought it was an NSYNC song until my mom told me it was Bread.
That's a great song.
Oh, their cover is really good. You should.
Bread is a good group.
I have the
great songs.
very best of Bread on vinyl.
Yeah.
I had it on an 8-track, bro.
How many times you hear a song and it's a cover song and you don't realize it's a cover song, and then many years later you're like, oh my God, that's a cover.
And that's what happened to me. And Ben, that's your homework for today. Go listen to NSYNC Everything I Own.
So you're a cinephile because of your mom. How did you come to know 70s music?
It's a great question. I don't know. Instead of watching cartoons, I never liked cartoons. I'd watch pop-up video. I loved pop-up video, reading the facts. I would watch Behind the Music, and my mom's like, this is wildly inappropriate. You can't watch Behind the Music Motley Crue at 7 years old. But I was fascinated. I just wanted to watch stuff like that. She's like, she's like, I don't know where you came from. It's very odd.
Zeppelin.
I loved that show.
Behind the Music, me too.
And the guy who was the narrator he should have won an Emmy.
Had it all
every year.
Then...
Coming up, Nikki Sixx hits rock bottom and almost dies of a heroin overdose. And then the Crew's triumphant return.
Yeah, I just wanted to watch, I begged for a subscription to Rolling Stone magazine. They got it for me. I don't know.
On the cover of the Rolling Stone. Do they still even have Rolling Stone magazine?
I don't know if they have a physical.
I don't think they do.
Hi, my name is Michelle, and I think that
we can review song.
Yeah, the Mount Rushmore thing. Frank Sinatra, Whitney Houston, John Cougar Mellencamp, and Carrie Underwood.
Wow.
Wowza.
Oh yeah, Blake and Friends, Trace Adkins, and gosh, when Zach Brown played a couple of years before the pandemic, he played Ak-Chin in March, and they just stopped down and just did an acoustic set of about 5 or 6 songs. And it was so beautiful that night. It was great weather, good setting, and that was a good moment from a concert.
Everybody got their draft picks?
Yeah. I'm going to ask you about Double L.
Shoot, where's my draft picks?
Ben, you had a man bun, skinny jeans on men, and mom jeans.
Thank you.
Morgan Wallen, 1025 KNIX. Well, this conversation about the Mount Rushmore of all kinds of music is kind of like a draft. We'll get our draft results in just a second, but Double L backed you up because nobody else picked John Mayer for their Mount Rushmore, Brooke.
Yeah, you guys kind of laughed at me, but she did. She put John Mayer, Taylor Swift, Garth Brooks, and Keith Urban. She loves Keith Urban.
Yes, she does. I toyed with Keith Urban for a little bit too. Well, that was a good discussion, and somebody suggested we do a draft of best concerts we've been to. That's a really good topic. We'll get to that maybe next week. But as for the results of this week's draft, here we go. It's our Tim Benenbrook Monday drafts.
The draft is brought to you by my friends at Level 5 Lighting.
Ben, you went first because you were last week.
Yep. Okay, I picked the man bun.
By the way, these are fashion trends we hope don't come back.
Right. Skinny jeans on men and mom jeans.
Okay. Fashion trends I hope don't come back. Men's capri pants, sandals with socks, and jeans with holes in them. That lost it for me right there.
I feel personally attacked.
I know you do.
By that. Did I go third?
Yeah.
Okay, I picked the big baggy cargo shorts. Oh, can't stand them. Shoulder pads on women and track suits, the juicy suits with writing on the butt.
Okay.
And I wrapped it up with Ed Hardy acid wash jeans and the sausage bangs.
Sausage bangs.
All right, coming in last place. This doesn't usually happen with only 100 votes. Barrel Boy.
What?
Yeah, but still got 100 votes. Then
I think I didn't know what sausage bangs were. Maybe a lot of people didn't know. Maybe that's a Detroit or a Michigan thing. Huh?
I didn't know what that meant either.
But I've always heard them called.
But I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
But
yeah.
All right. Then coming in third place with 107 votes, it was close. Tim.
Okay. All right.
Coming in second place with 162 votes, Ben.
What?
Natural.
And then
Bun should have stole the show.
first place, 233 votes myself.
Yeah, it's the sauce. It's the cargo shorts.
I think it's the juicy butt pants or
Yeah.
whatever. That sounded wrong. You know what I mean.
What's up, juicy butt pants? I want everybody listening right now to use that slogan some point in your day.
Don't do it at work.
If you get pulled over and as soon as the cop comes up, you roll down your window and say, "What's up, juicy butt pants?"
I'm going to let you go today.
Just see how it works. Coming up in 2 songs, we're going to get you tickets to the KNIX Secret Show. Secret Show number 10. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Juicy Butt Pants. 1025 KNIX. Jessica Simpson. Love it. I saw her at the State Fair and she was great. I gotta be completely honest right there.
Really?
Yeah.
Her shoes are so uncomfortable. Love her
Yeah.
as a brand. I think she's so cute. But the shoes, man.
Really?
She was on Ellen, and I think her business, I don't know if she's a billionaire, but her business is $1 billion business or something. She's like, if I can be a millionaire, like anybody can.
I like that.
Very self-deprecating.
Self-awareness.
Yeah, I like people can make fun of themselves.
All right.
That's the thing about the juicy butt pants. When you have a butt that says juicy on it, are you implying that your butt is juicy, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a good.
It's not a good look.
Do it. Shoulder pads.
That was not a good look. You're right. I think of Designing Women in Delta Burke.
I love that show so much.
They had the hairdo Barrel Boy was talking about.
Oh, yeah. All right, you guys, have a great Tuesday. We'll see you back here for Wednesday morning.
Bye.
Bye.